and gentlemen, welcome to part 5 of our series in the Apocalypse, Armageddon, the last 7 years, and what the future holds. It's always been a very interesting topic for me, and this is a culmination of all my studies throughout my life since I dedicated myself to the Lord at the age of 22. We are in the last 7 years of world history. This is part of an overall prophecy in Daniel 9, verse 24 through 27. It is the last week which is still to come. And the last week, which also means, week is the Hebrew word for 7 years. And this is the one that's remaining. We know that at the end, from verse 24 in Daniel 9:24, Jesus will return. We've discussed the beginning part, and we're in the middle. We're just past the middle. The image is installed, the chip is being enforced. 85% of the Christians will think, why is Jesus not coming back? Where is he? I thought he was going to come back. And they say, the Lord has delayed his coming, because the Schofield Bible taught us that we will not have to go through the tribulation, and now we're in the middle of the tribulation. What happened? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Schofield taught it, not the Bible. There's a difference. The church has always believed that they would go through the tribulation, but things started changing in the 19th century. Schofield published his first writings in 1888, in which the possibility of going up before the tribulation. And of course, everyone loved it. I would want to go up before. I wouldn't want to live through that time. It sounded much better. But it is not built on the words of Jesus. Because Jesus said, immediately after the tribulation of those days, he will return. So, my friends, we have to know what we're getting into and the exciting. Because it's not all fear and scare and they're going to get us. It's really going to be very exciting. But many of the believers will say, well, the Lord delays his coming, and they will turn on their brothers and sisters. The brothers and sisters which they once thought to be fellow Christians with. Brother shall betray brother. So in order to come in good with the New World Order, they will betray their brothers and sisters. And there will be the persecution of the church. Many will fall. But what an honor. Wouldn't you much rather go up and go to heaven? Because it says they love not their lives unto their death. They didn't care. Why stay with a bunch of people that hate you, that despise you, that cannot stand you, when you can go up to heaven, be with your loved ones? And so we will have to go through the tribulation to be tested to see if we are worthy to rule and reign with Jesus. He's watching over you like a hawk, you know? A coach that gets his Olympic team ready, he'll be guiding us, he'll be watching over us. It says, not a hair of our head shall fall, not one hair, without him knowing it. He knows, and he cares, and he is just so proud of us that we will not deny his name. And then we come to the end. We'll be gathered together unto him. Now Jesus said immediately after the tribulation of those days. Now remember, I hope, I wished, and with all my heart, I wish he had said before the tribulation of those days I'll come back. But he didn't say that. That is what Schofield said. That is what other theories said. Or 85% of the Christians believe. I would like to believe it. I wish I could. But it's not what Jesus said. And his words are your rock. That's the only house that will stand. It's not easy to build your house on a rock, you know. You have to drag stones up the hill. You have to bring the mortar up. You have to first clean up all the rubble of the rock. That's what we're trying to do by taking you back to the Bible, back to the rock, back to the solid foundation of God's Word. So, well, I don't have the authority nor the audacity to say what Jesus said is not really true, maybe. Thessalonians, Paul talks about it, saying, think not that the Lord will come back any minute, be not soon shaken, as even if it was by letter from us, as that the day of the Lord is at hand, because it is not. And he'll become more real to us than he ever was before in our life, because we will have to stand on God's word. We'll have to stand on his promises. That will be the only thing that we will have left to stand on. That will be the only thing. Because we cannot buy or sell. Because we refuse the mark. We refuse to worship him. We can only trust in God. But when we look at history, Moses trusted God, and he walked out into the desert with 3 to 6 million children of Israel. There's no water in the desert. There's no food in the desert. Yet God supplied for them for 40 years. Ladies and gentlemen, that is train loads of foods. That's wagon loads of food that God supplied in the desert for them. Can you imagine? There was the widow of Zarephath. She gave to the prophet, and the Lord did not allow the oil to run dry. Then it was Jesus. How many was there getting the effect? First time it was? 10,000? Or no, 5,000 men? Besides the women and children, so at least 10,000 in one evening sitting. That's 10,000 takeaway dinners delivered like that. Boom! Here you go. Fish and fresh baked bread. And the other time it was 4,000. That was a luncheon. So there must have been at least 8 to 10,000 again. 8 to 10,000 luncheons. Boom! There you go. Lord's supply. He takes care of his children because he loves his children. He created this whole world, ladies and gentlemen, for us to enjoy. Please. Let's give him the love that he so desires from us. Which is why he created us. Because he is love and he wants our love. And we will be rewarded for all the love that we show to others. Not the position that we hold in the company. No. Not the amount of money that we've made. No. Not the position we hold in the political system. In the hierarchy. No. He will reward us for the love that we've shown to others. How are you fair? How am I fair? I think we've got a ways to go. But then the woman, it's also, which is the body of believers, fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God that they should feed her there. It says 1,260 days. 1,260 days. If we go by the lunar calendar, which was in operation at that time, that is 360 days. And 1,260 divided by 360 is 3.5 years. Exactly this period. There are 2 prophets that are running around Jerusalem, exposing all that is happening. And they are there for 40 and 2 months. 12 months in a year, 3.5 years, 42 months. Constantly, this time period comes up. It says in Daniel, it's a time and times and a dividing of time. So it's 3.5 years. Again, this shows how Daniel and the book of Revelations interact. They're interconnected. That makes the Old Testament and the New Testament one book. It's one Bible. It's God's Word. It is not only, this is the Old Testament for the Jews, and this is the New Testament for the Christians. No, they are interlocked. Here are the ones that are rewarded, they go up. You see? They said, hey guys, we made it before you did. because they love not their lives unto the death. But they that understand among the people shall instruct many. They will instruct many. So we will be teaching others, you will be teaching others what you are learning now. Because you will now tell them, this is what's happening. It says, and they will do exploits. In other words, we will do miracles. Me? A miracle worker? No, you see, this is the culmination of history. 1260 days. All the saints that ever went before us are focused on this time. And if you make a decision for God, for Jesus, at that time, without wavering, all these fellows can come in and help you. Moses can come and help you. Daniel come and help you. It says that they without us should not be made perfect. Their joy is perfect when they can come down to help us. And they'll give us faith, they'll give us strength, and say, well, yeah, no, Daniel did it. I can try it. And maybe let's see what comes out. Well, Moses walked through the sea. Let's see if I can try it. And Moses will say, go ahead, try it. See what happens. If it works for me, it might work for you. But we've got to show faith in God's word. That's the only thing that we will have left. And the words of Jesus, you cannot serve God and mammon. And he says that in Matthew 6:24. Will here be a reality. Because right now we are all tied to mammon through finances. Mammon is the god of finances. And we are all tied to it. But however, at that time, it'll be very clear that you cannot serve God and mammon. And there'll be no in between. It's either one or the other. Which one are you going for?